Hey everybody, it is Saturday, and I know I have not been super consistent lately, but we are back with Saturday We Slay. On Saturdays, this is when I try and bring you guys some new looks, try and bring to you what I've gotten new in makeup, what's new on the market, basically just kind of give you guys some of this new, see what's out there. Because sometimes if someone isn't coming and saying, hey, this is what's there, you may miss out on some pretty cool stuff. So like I said, I am back for this Saturday because we did, of course, I got a ton of stuff that came in the mail, and I figured it was time to kind of get started, so we're going to bring in some of our, some classic items that you've seen me use a lot. We're going to bring in a lot of kind of new stuff that maybe you haven't seen in the past, and, that way we can kind of talk about that, and I'll give you, my insight. So we'll just kind of keep everything moving forward from there. Bear with me just one moment here. I want to just kind of share this out with everybody. That way people can join us. Because like we said, around here we always encourage people to join and check out what else we are doing. So bear with me just one second here. Yay! Alright, there we go. So we're getting the shirt out there. That way, anybody that wants to join us can do so. Because like I said, I've actually found a lot of really cool stuff recently. And some stuff, it's been sitting here and it's been waiting for me to, actually show you guys and do a review so that we can all kind of enjoy it together. But it just hadn't happened yet because, well, life has been lifing. My bathroom still isn't 100% put back together from a water leak we had last week, so it's been kind of crazy. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I've already moisturized. I've already primed all of this up. That way when we go to put everything on, we're going to get that more even application. But of course, to do that, we want to make sure we have the hair out of our faces. So, there we go. Now, one of the first new things I'm going to go ahead and bring to you guys, and I wanted to try this out before I brought it to you guys, is the Woke Up Like This Flawless Base Foundation from Il Makiage. Some of you may have seen their ads on Facebook or seen their ads on Instagram, where basically you get a 14-day trial of their foundation to decide whether you love it, hate it, otherwise. They go through this whole entire questionnaire asking you about your skin type, what types of things do you do, what type of setters do you use, do you prime, do you not prime, what type of skin you have. They're really super thorough, and it has the cute little pump top. I start with it on the back of my hand, that way I can choose whether I want to go full coverage or medium coverage. And I have personally learned that this one goes on a little bit better for me with a brush. So I can use the Beauty Blender if I want a more full coverage look, but if I'm going for something that's anywhere from medium to more of a buildable coverage, then I go in with my brush. And I just have there we go, there's more. Have you have a mirror here? Because you guys know me. Yep, there we go. Okay, we got a mirror. Because I do just need a mirror that's a little bit closer to my face when I do this. So, like I said, I've got it here on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to take my brush in, and I'm just going to swirl it and get a little bit on that brush. Maybe a little more than I originally intended, but we'll start there. So, with this, one of the things you guys have heard me talk about a lot is because of the paleness of my skin and the rosy undertone, I kind of struggle when it comes to foundation. So this here, even you can see where I've only done half the face so far, and not even all of half the face, you can see where it's really kind of toning out that redness on the one side. Looks pretty dramatic, but of course, when you have really fair skin, and if it kind of gets those rosy tones anyway, it can really make getting foundation that matches your skin and evens everything else out a real challenge. With this, though, I do feel like they have done a really good job with this for my skin type. Keep in mind, I, of course, have a slightly older skin. So they ask you all kinds of things about your age, like how much sun exposure, like, what kinds of products do you use on your face other than just makeup? Are there any like other skin issues? Do you have sensitive skin? Do you have normal skin? All kinds of really great questions to basically make sure that they are picking the best foundation that they have for you guys. Now, I actually experienced a little bit of a shipping mishap with mine, and they were super great in dealing with that. When my bottle arrived, somehow in the process of shipping, it had come open, and it was spilled all inside the box. Like, you would have never known, just by looking at the packaging, because everything looked like it should have. I opened the box all the way up, and there was just foundation all over the bottle. I sent them the information, like, they were on it. They were on it like hot potato. And I'm just going to get a little bit more over here, because you need something to have a little bit sparse over here, a little more full coverage here, so I need to add just a little bit more here. So just about another pump. Or half pump. There we go, half pump. Good. And like, as soon as I let them know about the problem, it had arrived on a Saturday, I believe, a Friday or a Saturday. Even over the weekend, I got a response from them, and that to me was like, wow, these guys are really on it, and they really understand that, hey, if a customer's having an issue with the product or the shipping, they really care, and they really want you to have a good product. So they went ahead and they made sure they got me out another product, and they extended my 14 days to try it, because, hey, if I'm getting a product that's partially open, you don't know if something happened with it being open to kind of compromise that product. So, like I said, I was really appreciative of the fact that they got that to me right away. With this particular foundation, I have learned that when I go to put in my concealer, the concealer that works the best for me, and I know I took it out here and set it up here with all my goodies. Where did I put it? I had it. I had it. And I lost it. Apparently. Around here somewhere. Because like I said, guys, I do apologize. I know I'm a little bit of a hot mess right now, just because, like I said, we're trying to get everything back on track. And I know that I brought it up here with me. Well, anyway, while I try and jog my own memory as to where I may have put that silly concealer, which, although I'm really not feeling like I'm really needing it today, I may just go with just add a little bit more coverage with my foundation and the under eye. That way I can just kind of see that a little bit better. So, yeah, because I mean, really, like, this foundation, that's one of the things that's really great about it, and I do really appreciate, is the fact that even if I'm just putting on foundation, like, really quick, as you can see, it fixes a lot of the skin issues. And I'm going to have to put this headband back on because it decided it was going to slide off my head while I was putting on my foundation. That's alright, though. I'll put it back on. Probably like runner's headband here. Keeps the hair out of your face. Like that. I think I let it get too far back. There we go. Okay, there we go. That ought to work for now. And in the meantime, while I was trying to figure out where I lost my mind, we're just going to go ahead and skip that for now. Because, like I said, I'm kind of feeling like I don't necessarily need concealer. Because this really went in and really kind of covered that pretty well. I may have to go and add just a little bit more into my under eyes. But I'll just do that with a brush. We'll just do that. That'll work. And that's the other thing, too, is like when you're dealing with your concealer, you're dealing with all this stuff that you're trying to get set up to have handy to do your makeup, sometimes you just kind of gotta improvise. It's the name of the game. Just add just a little bit more here. Because like I said, I've gotten lots of rest lately, so the bags that I was experiencing under my eyes there for a while seem to have kind of calmed down a little bit, so now it's just a matter of just adding a little bit extra under my under eyes. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I don't need to add a whole lot, just a little bit, just enough to kind of, brighten up just a touch. Another really nice thing about this foundation is it is so buildable, it is so lightweight, it works so... I'm just going to pat that out just a little bit, just kind of move it out, just a hair. There we go. Alright. Alright, ta-da! Magic done. Now, like I said, one of the palette that we're going to be working with today is the Glamlite Paint Palette. And I've got it sitting over here, and I'm kind of using it as like partially a spare table here. And yes, you guys did see correctly, we are going to be testing out the Morphe Jeffree Star eyeshadow brushes today. Because this is the first chance I've had to use them. I really liked the last set of brushes, so I'm really hoping that I'm going to love this new set. So this is what the package looks like when it comes in. It's like I said, it's on brand. It's about paint. You open it up, it has these nice little 2-door flaps. Even comes with its own little paintbrush. So I really love the fact that it looks like a painter's palette. So this is what a lot of artists use that do a lot of portrait painting, things of that nature. I'm going to lift it out here. And I'm going to set the box to the side. So that way you guys can really kind of get a good look here. What I love is here, it's got this nice, like, opaque plastic top. But then when you open it, you can see all these really great colors. Some of them are kind of basic colors, but you do see there in the middle you have a whole range of shimmers. Which, I love shimmers. I don't know about everybody else, but I love shimmers. And we're going to make shimmers work today, because that's what... It's shimmery kind of day. So, without further ado, I'm kind of wondering what I did with my... it'll be fine. It's fine. This is why I probably, should not be losing my mind and doing videos at the same time, because, hey, things happen. And unfortunately, because of the fact that this is such a large palette, I am probably not going to swatch it at this moment. We're just going to go ahead and start building with some of these fun colors. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit bold today, which I know is nothing all that unusual for me, but, I think we're going to go with something maybe in, like, the light green to turquoise kind of family, so right over in this corner. We're just going to play with this corner here. Because of the fact that I'm interested in using some of these glitters, I have brought my Base Boost from BH Cosmetics, which is a glitter primer. So this is basically exactly what it's designed for. You take this and you use it when you are using glitters to help your glitter stick to your eyelid. Otherwise, the glitter is just going to kind of run away. So let me go ahead and give just a little bit of this. Now, anytime you're dealing around your eye, you want to make sure you are being very careful and using care. So always use your ring finger, because you don't use as much pressure with your ring finger as you do with other fingers. And I'm just going to get this on my lid so it can start kind of setting up a little bit. So as I start to bring in those glitters, it's ready for them to stick to it. And we may need to use a little bit more. We'll play it by ear. It all varies on the shimmer and the fallout and everything else as to just how much glitter primer you end up needing. There we go. And I got the bottom lashes here. There we go. And the top lash there we go. We'll just pull it off while this is getting all set up. But I'm really kicking myself because I have like 5 or 6 items up here, and right now I completely cannot find them. I know I set them out where they'd be handy for me to get to. So while that's setting up, though, I want to show you some of the other items that came in the collection. It did come with 2 lip glosses. It came with this one, and they don't have colors on them, which kind of is a bummer, but it does. But they are in clear tubes, so you can see the colors. So I guess maybe that works out fine too. These neat little like triangular shaped lip glosses, and what I love is on the back there's a mirror. So if you're out and about and you need to reapply, well, guess what? Just got your mirror right there. Makes it nice and convenient. They have this shade here, which is like a nice peachy coral color. Then the other color, and this may be the color we use today, I haven't decided yet, is this purple shade. But we all know I love purple. I don't think you can ever go wrong with purple. Ever. Like, purple all day, every day. So see, it's like a nice kind of plummy purple. Once again, mirror on the back, so if you're out and about, you can always reapply. No problem there. Yeah, I think this may be the color we use. We're going to go with it. Why not? Okay. So, One thing I am going to do is I want to make sure that I do not make the mistake that you guys have seen me make a few times, which is where I go in with a color and it is way too dark, and I'm like, oh no! And you watch the panic set over my face as I'm like, how am I ever going to blend this out? I don't know! So that's why we're going to swatch this on the arm first, because, well, that's always your best bet, is to swatch on your arm. Let's go ahead. I don't need something super full, so let's go ahead and go in with the JS10. And like I said, you can see this brand new. As I just dropped everything all over the floor. And then I use my toes. And use my toes and give it that. There we go. Ha! So this is the JS10. I received these last week, and I meant to do it, and I was going to try and do a video last week, and it just didn't happen because I had just too much other stuff going on. Super soft. That's one thing I was really impressed with the first set of Jeffree Star Morphe collaboration brushes, was just how soft they were. And I feel like for going into this portion of the eye, this area here between the eyebrow, this is going to really be like the best size because it's kind of that medium size. So I'm going to start with the royal blue here, just so you guys can see it here. It is the royal blue. We're just going to grab a little bit of it there. Not too much fallout, a little bit, but not much. And let me just kind of swatch this on my hand, so that I can see. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. So without primer, it's actually pretty mellow. So that works for me for the look that I'm kind of going for here. So let me go ahead and pull a little bit more of that. And we're just going to kind of start building in here just a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. We might add a little bit more yellow, just to get a little bit of a green color. But we do have that. We have the ability to build on this, so that's always super awesome. Yeah, I may need to go with some yellow because I'm feeling like this is maybe just a hair too blue for the look I'm really kind of wanting to go for here, but we can make it work. We got this. And with the royal blue, folks, you have to be careful, otherwise you're going to look like, you know, Tammy Faye Baker. If you don't respect the blue, it will make you look like Tammy Faye Baker. Which we're trying to get a little bit out over here. We've kind of slowed that down and slowed its roll a little bit. From here, I want to grab some of this light green shimmer here. Just because I kind of like that color. I think it's going to be a fun color to kind of work with a little bit here. And I may really rip this. I may be going bolder than I realize I'm going. We're going to find out. Just as a shimmer, I'm going to go with a little bit more like this tiny packing brush here. This is the JS13, and that way I can get little bits of it and I can kind of like pack it in how I need to. So let me go ahead and swatch this for you guys really quick with the brush and see what it's going to do. Okay, so it's a really nice shimmer. I'm not mad at it. And yeah, it definitely kind of builds, so that works too. So we're going to get in here with that. And we're just going to start packing that onto the lid. And since we use that glitter primer, it's going to kind of help it stick a little bit more. So you can see I'm getting a little bit more color here than what I was getting when I swatched it, which is expected. And that's why we're using the small packing brush, is to kind of pack in that color. Ooh, this is super sticky, which is kind of cool for what I'm going for, but you know. Ooh, super sticky. Alright. this is kind of one of the fun things with makeup is you get to play with color. It is literally like, I mean, you are painting your face. It, you know, hey, we'll just call this hashtag war paint. Because really, you know, you get to play with it, you get to paint, you are, you know, you are creating it, you are your own artist on this. Oh, that's coming out. Okay. Now, one thing I do say I'm going to go back up in here with a little bit of yellow, just to kind of mellow some of that blue out. Because we all know that yellow and blue can make some really cool green colors, and so that's what we're going to work with. So, once again, brand new brush. This is the JS11, so it's a little bit bigger than the first brush I used. And we're going to go in and we're just going to pull this yellow color here. Right here, it's just a matte yellow. And add it up with that blue and see what we can do with this. Actually, we'll test on my hand. Let's see what it does. Oh yeah, that I think, okay, I may have used it a little too much, but I think that's, yeah, that should blend it pretty well. You can see I'm kind of playing with the color a little bit, so yeah, let's see here how this... Use a little bit less than what I was originally planning on, but yeah, let's get in here and... Yeah, I do kind of like that shade a little bit better. Just kind of tone it down just a little bit. Like I said, you guys know me, I will do blue. I do not shy away from a blue. Blues do not scare me. But I just felt like we were getting a little bit crazy there. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of crazy. I like a little bit of crazy. But that was starting to kind of teeter into that area that could get real dangerous real quick. Now, with that being said, though, we are going to need to slightly mix up what I was originally planning on doing, but that's fine. We can totally do this. I was planning on going in here with like a turquoise, but now what I think I'm going to do, because I'm bringing in this yellow, is I'm going to go ahead and start in the corner with gold. I just think that's going to be a slightly better shade option for the direction I ended up going. And we're going to use this other packing brush here. This is the JS12. It's just a little bit bigger, so it's going to get to that just a package just a little bit better for me here. So let me see here. And I'm not even going to swatch this. It's gold. We all know what gold looks like. Let me just see what I can do about getting this packed onto here. Oh, yeah. Woo! Oh, now that is nice. That is actually almost like, when I pair these two together, it's almost giving me like a monochromatic effect. So that is super cool. Okay, yeah, this is a good choice. Not all my choices I use are I mean, they're still kind of random, but they're not all poor life choices. You know, so... Sorry, Katie, I don't mean to echo. I know that I might be a little bit, because a lot of the stuff that's normally on the walls in here, which absorbs the echo, is not up right now. So I may be getting that little bit of that echo because of the fact that this room is a little more bare than usual. Because of some of the projects that we are working on to get this all back up and running. Ooh, I went a little crazy there. So we're just going to add a little more here. That's alright. You can always add more if you need to. So yeah, I apologize for the echo, guys. Like I said, I know some of it is because of the fact that my typical sound dampening stuff that I normally have is unfortunately not up on the walls right now. Now with this being said, we went in and we kind of mellowed this out to a little bit more of a green than a blue. I do want to go into this crease just to kind of give us a little bit more definition. So with that, I am going to go in with just this solid green right here and just pack that in there. Now let me see here. I think I have another brush I can use for this. Oh, let me see here. Ooh. Alright, nope, I'm going to have to get creative with another brush. That's fine. I'm just going to raid my Jeffree Star brushes here. See what oh, no, I have one. I have an angle brush. Ooh, and it has a spoolie. So that's always super cool. Now, of course, with these, you can always use them as a brow brush as well. I think my other one, and I don't know if I have it with me. Oh, I do have it with me. The other one that they have also had a spoolie with the angle brush. This angle brush is just a little bit bigger, so I think it's going to work and do exactly what I needed to do for this particular look. There we go. Now we're just basically just kind of filling in some of this area here. I may go and just add just a little bit there as well. Yeah, I love angle brushes. The ones I have from BH Cosmetics, the one you saw me like testing to see if it was clean enough for me to use on this, it unfortunately was not. This one here, super rigid, I love it, but it is caked in purple right now, so that just was not going to work for what I was doing. And I'm going here. You know, like, for anybody who's watching who, like, grew up and went to high school with me, like, I'm really having flashbacks to, like, the eyeshadow I should have had, like, as a senior in high school for, like, football games, because our colors were green and gold. And, like, oh, these colors would have been so perfect for that. Let me take a look here. There we go. Alright. We're looking a little bit more like something presentable and a little less like some sort of creature from the Black Lagoon. So, I mean, I can dig it. Oh, there we go, yeah. Now we're getting that nice kind of fade up. So I need to add just a little bit more over here. Because my greens and my blues, I'm always a little bit conservative because I know that green and blue, as far as just shade ranges to begin with, can get super crazy. Yeah, I've used mine for eyeliner. Actually, like, even, like, sometimes when I go in and I'm doing a look, but I don't have, like, the perfect eyeliner shade to match it, I'll just kind of, like, make it work by using eyeshadow underneath the eye. Actually, I may end up doing that with this one here, because I do feel like I do need a little bit over here just to kind of balance it out in the green. So, speaking of which, let's do it. And the nice thing with this brush is because it is a tinier brush, you can see how I got really deep underneath that one with that line of green. Because this brush is so tiny and it really grabs the color, I'm not getting a lot of that fallout that you would get under here. So, just add just a little bit more there. That is one thing, believe it or not, I'm actually kind of lacking is eyeliner. I don't have a ton of eyeliner, believe it or not. I don't know why. Like, that's just kind of like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I periodically ask myself, like, you know, I don't have a ton of eyeliner. I have, like, a couple that I use on a pretty regular basis. Like, you know, my unframed, I got that and I really love it. And, you know, you guys have seen me use my, I think it was That Girl Bang? Was one? No, Superhero. Superhero was the one I used a lot. But for some reason, I just don't have a ton of, and, you know, I'm just going to go with one that has a little bit of yellow on it and just grab just a touch of green. And you just kind of blend this here. There we go. So there we're getting that really bright kind of gold pop in the corners here, blending out the edges. Honestly, I might need a little bit more green over here, so we're going to just add just a little bit more over here, because this one isn't quite as dark as the other one. And where's my tiny packing brush? I just had it here. That is it. Grab some more of that light green for over here. There we go. I'm very, like, lizardy and cat-eye, but I do kind of dig it. And I do feel like I do need to grab just a little bit more of the gold for this eye, because it just doesn't seem quite as BAM as the other one. Okay, there we go there. Alright, so our eyes are pretty much done. The shimmers do have a little bit of fallout. That's pretty standard with any shimmer from any brand, is you're just going to have fallout if you're dealing with shimmers. It's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. Let me go in here and etch in some eyebrows real quick. Not that mine aren't standing out pretty well on their own, but we just need to enhance them a little bit. Enhance. I could be good with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that shape. That works for me today. And so today they're actually they're not super crazy. They're a little bit thicker than usual, but yeah, it's alright. I need to get in to get them reshaped, but you know, it's been really hot, and I don't know why. I'm just I don't want to go outside because it's too hot. So just kind of fill in a little bit of what I need to here. Yeah, good enough for now. Good enough for government work, right? Not perfectly perfect, but you know, we'll work with it. Because unfortunately, sometimes you just get one brow that's just going to be crazy. And right now, I just don't feel like overthinking it, to be completely honest. I'm like, yeah, I can't sit here and overthink this right now because, yeah, then if I start overthinking it, okay, there we go. I had left this one sitting up a little bit, so I just a little bit on my top. Which this may not be seen by the time I finish adding my lashes. There we go. And the reason I'm mentioning the lashes is because of the fact that this palette, I ordered it as a collection with the lip gloss and the lashes. So I kind of want to test out the lashes just because it's a brand of lash I haven't tried before. And I'm getting better at lashes. I struggle with them much less now. Okay, so that part's done. Let's go ahead and add just a little bit of highlight. And we're just going to go kind of simple with it. Do some Jeffree Star Liquid Frost in Frozen Peach. No, this is Canary Bling. Canary Bling. They're really close in shades, so sometimes I get them kind of confused with each other. I don't need a whole lot, so I'll just put a little dab there. And what I've learned for me with the Liquid Frost, if I don't have I don't always use a beauty blender with it because sometimes it's just easier for me to just kind of dab it on. And that really just kind of helps me see, okay, if I need to add a little bit more, I can. If I need to filter it out a little bit more, I can. There we go, use that really nice highlight there. Gets that nice shimmer. Just a little bit to the nose. Alright. And then I am going to go in and I am just going to pull from my Game of Thrones Mother of Dragons palette for the blush. Alright. And you know, maybe since we went kind of big with the eye, we really did. I know I originally said that I was thinking about going with the purple. I'm thinking I may go with the coral now, just because, well, I went kind of big, so maybe we'll go a little less big. Let me see what I think of this color. Let me swatch it. Huh, it's not bad. It's a coral shade. So I mean, that'll work with this. Let me put it on and see how it goes. If I don't like it, I'll take it off and put something else on. I wonder how I feel about this color. Not just the color itself, but like I'm not crazy about the formula. The formula is a little... It's not sticky. I don't feel like it's going to be quite as long wearing as maybe I would need it to be. So let me just put a little bit more on the top, because like you're noticing I'm having to dip back in there a lot. Yeah, this is very drying. So before I leave the house, I may put on a different lip gloss because this is really, really drying. And so while I know that a lot of like extended wear lip glosses are a drier formula, I'm just not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I'm not really crazy about that feeling. It's just really, really drying. It's feeling like almost chapped, almost. And so that is the look today. Like I said, the colors, the way they listed in the paint palette, super simple. No crazy explanations, no crazy color names. Green, light green, gold, yellow. Just like you would, you know, paint if you were a painter. I mean, I guess like I probably could, like if you're doing your makeup, you probably could use the thumb hole. Just make sure you don't end up putting it into the other colors. So yeah, like I said, overall, impressed with the eyeshadow. Not the first Glamlite palette I own. I do also have their pizza palette, because I like the fact that they're a little bit gimmicky. That kind of, you know, I like that. That works for me. But yeah, this lip gloss, though, I'm not really crazy about. So guys, that's that. We've played with this palette. I do have some more stuff to try and bring you guys in the upcoming weeks. I may even do like another video just like randomly, because I do have the Jeffree Star Morphe collab. I just know that there's been a lot of kind of, not necessarily controversy, but a lot of people kind of bashing the palette, and I really want to give it a fair shake. Because here's my 2 cents on it, and like I said, I'll have to test it out. I haven't used it yet. This is not a Jeffree Star palette. It is a Morphe palette. So I don't expect Jeffree Star Cosmetics quality in my Morphe palette. But I haven't had a chance to test it out yet. So, you know, maybe I'll do that, test it out with you guys, and let you see what you think. So guys, for now, this is going to be Shield Maiden signing out for Saturday on a Labor Day weekend. As always, everybody, fly those geek flags high. Till next time.